Hi, everybody. My name's Jamie Montez, and I'm coming tonight to you from my other job, which is a nanny for a beautiful 2-year-old girl, which is why I've got my little tiara, just to get a little pizzazz. So that's why I'm kind of in a cozier environment tonight. But I do want to talk to you a little bit about control theory. Control theory is a positivist theory, and positivists do believe that deviance is real, and therefore it can be studied because they believe deviance has qualities that distinguish it from the norm. Control theorists focus on what causes the conformity. So that's a big difference. They look at what normal people, conventional people do, what causes them to be normal, not what causes a deviant person to be deviant. So that's kind of the big difference. All the theorists really believe that people are naturally inclined to commit deviance, and they'll do so unless they're controlled in some fashion. Um, and they all say that absence of social control will cause deviance. And I chose to focus on Hershey's social bond aspect of control theory. Hershey kind of developed this theory or a little aspect of it in 1969. And his first outcoming statement in the text was that humans are just like animals that have the natural ability to be deviant and to commit deviant acts, which I thought was interesting. And his main premise was that our bond to society will make us conform. So our stronger our bond is with our society, the greater that we have the greater option we have to follow that normal path and not stray and become deviant. So if that society connection is weak, then we'll commit deviant acts. And he gives us 4 ways that we can bond with our society. The first is attachment. And attachment is to conventional people and conventional institutions. So a young person loving their parents, respecting their parents, going to school, and liking going to school. The second is commitment to conform, where someone will invest their time in regular conventional things, like furthering their education, going to college, holding down a stable job. Those are conventional things. And then the third is involvement in conventional things, and I use like sports games in our society as kind of a traditional activity. And they say the more time involved in conventional activities and the more conventional activities you're involved in, the less likely you are to stray and go to more deviant activities. And then the last one is belief in the moral validity of social norms. So that's basically following the rules, obeying the laws of your society. And I chose the homeowners association as kind of the law in our society. They have a strict set of rules saying you can't paint your garage this color, you can't put this in your lawn, and if you were to go against those, then you would be considered deviant. And those 4 ways to bond to society are really prevalent in people that are socially conventional. They're conventional people, and if they're not there, then they will typically be seen as deviant. And I found a lot of research that kind of supports this control social bond theory. They say that drug users, drunk drivers, juvenile delinquents typically have that weaker society bond. They don't attach to any one person in their society as a whole. They aren't committed to conform. They go against their norms. Obviously, they don't have a belief in their social norms by following the law or anything like that. So they do have that weaker bond. And also, I found interesting, they said that Japanese college students are less likely to be deviant because their society focus on being a unit, as collective as possible, whereas in America, we focus on the individual, furthering yourself individually and not focusing on a whole society. It's more like me, me, me. So that was interesting. But I did find that some theorists kind of go at it a little bit, saying that they will think that deviance will create the weak bond with society, not the other way around, where the society connection is weak, then that causes deviance. They say that deviance will create that weak bond. And then also that some theorists will think that social control is a way to prevent the deviance, not that the social connection is the cause. So that's kind of the main difference, is that social control is seen as preventative and not as a cause. So that's kind of the negative side. So just to kind of summarize that for you, social control is a positivist theory. Hershey says that there's 4 ways to bond you to society through attachment, commitment, involvement, and your belief system, and the social rules that kind of will connect you to your society and prevent you from becoming deviant or doing deviant activities. Hope you learned a little bit. Sorry for being in my sister's couch, but thank you so much. Y'all have a great night.